Good morning and welcome. It's Corporate Governance Platform brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiwo. On the program this morning, we're going to be looking at succession planning as a key principle in corporate governance. Our guest this morning is Mr. Ime Essen Asibong, who is FCIS, who is chairman of the Akwa Ibom State Chapter of ICSAN. His company secretary and legal advisor, Ibom Power Company Limited. He's also head corporate services department of Ibom Power Company Limited. He joins us all the way from Akwa Ibom online. Good morning, Mr. Asibong.
Good morning, Fumi.
All right, good to have you join us. All right. Also here is Mr. Kaudi Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research of ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning to you, all our listeners.
All right. Don't forget that the Institute is an institute that is committed to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and administration. And that's talking about ICSAN. We're going to take this message. We will be right back.
Hey, Obinna, good to see you. You look so worried. Is everything all right? I'm having serious issues in my company. Balancing the interests of my company's many stakeholders like shareholders, management, customers, financiers, government, and communities giving us a problem. That has to do with corporate governance. Exactly. Then, you need to get in touch with ICSAN. ICSAN? Yeah, Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. ICSAN. They provide you with seasoned and top-ranking professionals trained to uphold the standards of corporate governance and efficient operations. You can also get in touch with ICSAN if you want to become a Chartered Secretary and Administrator. Contact ICSAN by visiting the website www.icsan.org or call 009 06 601 69. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, and like I said earlier, we're looking at succession planning as a key principle in corporate governance. All right, Mr. Asibong, let's start this way. When we say succession planning, what's it all about?
Yes, thank you for me. Simply define succession planning is the process for identifying and developing new leaders who can replace old leaders when they leave, retire, or die. In other words, succession planning is a conscious decision by an organization to foster and promote the continual development of employees to ensure that key positions in the organization maintain some measure of stability, thus enabling the organization to achieve its business objectives.
All right, so how is this relevant to the concept of corporate governance?
Yeah, thanks to me. Yeah, since the fundamental objective of corporate governance is to boost and maximize the shareholders' value and protect the interests of other stakeholders. Succession planning ensures business continuity by putting in place a successor to carry on the work of key individuals in a business should they leave the organization in either planned manner or where it's unplanned. So succession planning ensures that smooth running of the business of the organization and continue to thus retaining investors' confidence.
Let's also look at it in relation to the lifespan of the business, because you know that they say lack of succession planning can jeopardize the lifetime of a business. Let's also relate it in the context of corporate governance.
Yes, in that context, you can look at a sudden vacancy in a company's leadership. A vacancy in a company that is able to cause serious financial damage This goes against the very essence of corporate governance, which is to maximize stakeholders' value, engender prosperity, and guarantee business sustainability. When these things happen, our companies recover from these situations that others never do. Investors get scared easily. And you know, investors' money is a coward. And react to a change at the top by assuming the worst. This situation can be avoided with a clear succession plan where upcoming leadership, are groomed within the organization. Secondly, when top employees leave the company, they take away them the wealth of knowledge they acquired while working within their not about the systems, processes, and policies of how the organization works. Thirdly, when someone in leadership position in the organization, there is a clear gap to fill. Without a clear succession plan, employees may compete for the position and engage in power tussle, which will create a volatile environment, leaving other subordinates feeling unmotivated to do their jobs. Fourthly, there could be increased workload when the key personnel leave. The departure may create resentment or lack of motivation. The quality of customer service may even suffer. If the response time slips or customer service slips, many customers may decide to take their business somewhere else. And that poses a threat to the prosperity of that organization. Then fifthly, there is always risk that other agreed personnel, the colleagues of the person who left, there could be a bandwagon effect.
All right. Let's look at, the categories or positions that succession planning should target.
Okay. Thank you for me. The first step in the succession planning is to identify the key positions that are integral to the organization's success. So you identify the key positions. This varies from one organization to the other. Key positions are essentially positions that are critical to the operations of the organization. In most cases, the higher they are on the chain of command, the more crucial it becomes to name a successor. So it's basically the key positions you look at. But it varies, like I said, from one organization to the other.
Okay. Is succession planning also important to small businesses and maybe one-man entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I will emphatically say yes, and these are my reasons.
Okay.
For the small businesses or the one-man's business, a well-thought-out succession plan will ensure a seamless and hassle-free transition of power and management in case of unforeseen circumstances. Because you can never predict what will happen in the next minute. So a well-thought-out succession planning keeps that business alive. Yes.
All right. Business lasting into many generations are quite rare in Nigeria. And maybe I can say in Africa also, compared to what we have in developed countries. Does succession planning as a factor has any role to play in this?
Yeah, thank you for this question. Yes, it is very obvious that lack of well-defined succession planning is one of the critical factors responsible for the inability of businesses in Nigeria and Africa to survive their founders. Most of them die, immediately the owner goes. So one of the key drivers of business sustainability is succession planning for key senior executives. Succession planning is not an event. It is a process that must be embedded in the DNA of our organizations that desire to do a marathon race, not just a sprint. We recall that there were big companies in the past that we don't see today. This was the result of lack of succession planning.
All right. Before I'll let you go, I'll ask you suggestions you can offer companies and how they can be proactive with succession planning.
Yes. For first and foremost, in that organization there must be policy framework. The policy framework should be drafted to support succession planning, as to create that infrastructure within that organization. Then the organization must identify key areas and positions that are critical to the organization's operational activities and strategic objectives. Then thirdly, there is a need to identify capable, trainable personnel for key positions. The set performance standards, evaluate their effectiveness in the current roles these personnel are occupying. See how effective they are. Then I will also say that you deliberately develop and implement succession and knowledge transfer strategies. You build capacity by training, retraining personnel to enable them to identify personnel fit into that succession plan. So the key thing is you must develop that policy framework.
All right.
Then you identify the key areas and positions.
All right. I have to say a very big thank you to you, Mr. Ime Essien Asibong, FCIS, Chairman of the Akwa Ibom State Chapter of ICSAN, Company Secretary and Legal Advisor, Ibom Power Company Limited. He's also Head Corporate Services Department of Ibom Power Company Limited. Thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning.
You're welcome for me. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Ketefe, let me come to you for some announcements.
Thank you very much, Fumi. The announcement we have for you is on a new initiative of the Institute called The Conversation, which is holding today. Yes, it is holding today. Dear practicing and aspiring governance professionals and members of the public generally, another big one is here. The Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN, is pleased to invite you to attend the program tagged The Conversation, which is holding just some few minutes away. It is holding exactly at 11 a.m. today. What is The Conversation? The Conversation is a new advocacy program of the Institute centered around governance and contemporary national issues and is designed to enlighten, educate, and share knowledge with our stakeholders and members of the public. The first in the series, as I said, is scheduled to hold today, Wednesday, the 2nd of June, 2021, by 11 a.m. prompt. The guest at this event is a former Minister of Finance and also former Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Olusegun Olutoyin Aganga, CON. The chief host is the President and the Chairman of the Governing Council of ICSAN, Mr. Bode Ayeku, FCIS. The theme of the program is National Planning, Governance and Economic Growth, charting the road for the future. The program is going to be held by virtual method. Please note that participation in this event is free, but registration is compulsory. You can still register to participate at this event, and immediately the link to join will be sent to you. So hurry now to register and participate. For further information on this event, please call Mike on 080-2311-7969. Mike on 080-2311-7969. Thank you. We're expecting you to join. Have a pleasant day.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kade Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. That program this morning on Corporate Governance Platform brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. We'll return again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m., right here on the Crete 9.7 FM. I am Funmi Omoburiu. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Hey, Obinna, good to see you. You look so worried.